Hey, 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 it is time for some Historic Brawl with the original Phyrexian Yawgmoth, Thran Physician. This commander has 5 trophies in the Historic Brawl League, just blowing everyone away this season. I've based my list on the winning list. It has a really, really strong win rate. Stick around to the end of the video to find out about that. Let's go. Yawgmoth, Thran Physician. Really interesting commander. Actually, I'm glad I played a bunch of games of this on my phone. It is a really super complex, difficult to play commander. It's really strong. And you can see from people who know how to play it in the Historic Brawl League winning so much with it. But, whew, Yawgmoth. Okay, so watch the gameplay is what I'm saying. I'm going to explain the deck, but it's kind of hard to understand the crazy sequencing involved in playing this commander. But okay, you want to know what Yawgmoth does. Hopefully the plane flying over is not too loud right now. It's a 2/4 protection from humans for 4 mana. You can pay a life, sacrifice a creature, put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature, and draw a card. Oh, I didn't even know about the up to thing. That's good to know. Now, double black, discard a card, proliferate. Not always relevant, but as you'll see in the games, sometimes relevant. The proliferate ability. So, what do we want to do with Yawgmoth? We want to get down a bunch of creatures so that we can use the pay a life, sacrifice a creature, and kind of just keep opponent's board clear. And then we want to get certain things like the Blood Artist from Sanguine Brushstroke, or the Bastion of Remembrance, or what else? Where is it? Meathook Massacre. Things that are going to drain our opponent as our creatures die. So that's step one. But we also want the creatures to be able to be the kind of creatures that we get value out of when they die, and that can come back. So that is how this deck is built. It's very well tuned. I'm not quite following the exact list. I'll have a link to the original Skullsbreaker 52. It's a French player who has been working this list for a while now, and is one of the Brawl geniuses of the Brawl format. So I'll have a link to Skull's list, and I'll have a link to my list, and I will recommend you get on the Brawl Discord and keep up with the discussion, because cards are going in and out of these lists all the time. Okay. Ornithopter, I'll explain that in one of the games, but that's one of just cheap creatures to get down. Blood Chief's Thirst, cheap removal. Bone Shards, of course, we don't mind sacrificing one of our creatures. Cult Conscript, recurable creature. Cursebound Witch, value when it dies. Cut down, cheap removal. Dark Ritual, cheap mana. Duress, attack the hands. Gutterbones, recurable creature. Inquisition of Kozilek, attack the hand. Malakir Rebirth, I don't think this is in the Skulls list, but this is, save our Yawgmoth and also potential mana. Mind Spike, attack the hand. Nested Shambler, value when it dies. Scorpion, value when it dies. Shambling Gas, value when it dies. Thoughtseize, attack opponent's hand. Hangerback Walker, value when it dies. Also cheap creature, potentially. Erebos Intervention, removal. March of Wretched Sorrow, removal. Scrap Heap Scrounger, recurable creature. Blood Artist, not in the Skulls list, but in the sideboard or in the maybe pile. But I do think you want these what would you say? The drain effects, the aristocrats type effects are really good in this deck. And that is something to keep in mind. It's not always obvious by looking at the list or by playing it, how to work that. Acquisitions Expert is a creature that can attack the hand. Black Cat, creature that attacks the hand. Brain Maggot, creature that attacks the hand. Burglar Rat, creature that attacks the hand. Carrier Thrall, 2 creatures in 1. Diabolic Intent, go find a cool card by sacrificing a creature. Doom Dissenter, 2 creatures in 1. Elderfang, creature that attacks the hand. Emergency Well, this is some pretty new tech in the deck. I don't know if it's that great. I don't think it's in the Skulls list, but it was recommended by somebody in the discussion of the deck. So anyways, keep in mind, possible swing slot there. Feed the Swarm, of course. Black has a really difficult time dealing with enchantments. So this is our one shot. Ghoulish Procession is actually pretty darn good. Anytime we can just get value out of our creatures dying and get stuff back, go for the Throats removal. Jadar, again, just generating that 2/2 zombie every turn, sacrifice fodder. Freebooter, attacks the hand, Lazotep, Reaver, double creature, Orzhov Enforcer, double creature. Edict, this is another new piece of tech. Just good planeswalker removal and possibly good creature removal if they don't have a lot out there. Skyclave Shade, a recurable creature. Sudden Edict, this was in the list, but just another Edict effect. Tenacious Underdog, recurable creature. Virus Beetle, creature that attacks the hand. Another new one here, Vran Executioner Thane. It's only going to trigger once per turn, but the drain 2, gain 2, always good. Xander's Wake, again, only triggers once per turn, but again, we're getting that value out of creatures dying. Zulaport Cutthroat, this is maybe what you tutor for first. That the better Blood Artist in this deck. Yarok's Fenlurker, creature that attacks the hand. Meathook Massacre. Don't be afraid to play this for 2 black. And just get the whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life ability. Of course, this is the alchemy version of the card because Historic Brawl is alchemy legal cards only. Bastion of Remembrance, this is another one of those effects. You're going to drain and gain when your stuff dies. Kami of Mourning, I don't know about this one. It's 3 mana, but it's going to bring back a creature. The 3 power is nice. Nest of Scarabs, this card is an all-star in this deck. I was like, I don't even know if I should put this in the deck list because I didn't understand it. But when I played it, I understood it. Basically, you're just going to sacrifice creature, get a creature, and you can loop that. And if you have something like Bastion of Remembrance out, that's just game over. So Bastion plus Nest of Scarabs plus Yawgmoth plus a creature. Sounds like a lot. It's not. It's pretty easy to happen. Ophiomancer, again, creature that generates more creatures. Woe Strider. Another sacrifice outlet. So if we have Yawgmoth out is not there, but we can just have one of those things that's going to drain our opponent when we sacrifice creatures. We just play a Woe Strider. We can sack our whole board, ping opponents for a bunch right out of the blue. Liliana of the Veil, of course, just good value. Potentially that's a swing spot though. You may not need that Liliana. Sanguine Brushstroke generates a Blood Artist, generates the blood token. There's no other blood tokens in the deck. It probably would be a little bit better if there was. I'd have to look and see what cards we would consider there. Ayara, it's another draining gain, but it's black creatures entering the battlefield under our control. So Nest of Scarabs does generate a black insect, so that's something to keep in mind if you get Ayara down. Agadeems, of course, bring stuff back or be a land. Rankle, this is in the deck because you do face so many Planeswalker commanders in Historic Brawl, and the 3/3 Flying Haste is no joke. Just to hold this back in hand, be able to hit in. Also, you get the ability to make them sacrifice. It's got a lot of value. Shieldred, of course, is just house. If it's not dealt with, you win the game pretty quickly. Loth. This is out of the list. This was used to be in the list. It's out of the list now, but I think I didn't have enough wild cards for everything that's in the current list. I did have a Loth. I think being able to come down, generate those creatures. Also, the proliferate ability of Yawgmoth. I wanted some more Planeswalkers in. It's good with Loth, of course. It's good. And then new thing that's not nobody is playing in this deck probably except for me, but I love Vraska, Betrayal Sting. Again, with the Phyrexian theme. It's got the proliferate ability here, so if we can get some -1/-1 counters down on a bunch of opponents' board and then proliferate them, we can maybe wipe their board. And the -2 to turn something into a treasure is also no joke. That's sort of like an Oko-style removal ability. Of course, it is a more expensive Planeswalker than Oko, but there's that. And then, of course, left unanswered, -9, target creature has fewer than 9 poison counters. They get a number of poison counters equal to the difference. So we can do that on 9 because we have Yawgmoth's ability to discard a card to proliferate. That can just be game over if we ever get Vraska to 9. Okay. I should have mentioned you can always skip the death decks and go right to the gameplay. But anyways, hit that subscribe, leave some comments, let me know what you think of this and how I played the games. And with that, let us go to the matches. Yawgmothman Prophecies. Halana and Alena. That could be good. We do have some ways to deal with creatures. We got our Nykthos. Gonna Virus Beetle first. Opponent coming down with the creature. Ooh, Bomat Courier right off the top. That will be nice to put a -1/-1 counter on. If we can. Hard choice for opponent. They drop a land here. They may not have very many lands in hand. That might be why it took them so long. Think of it. A Runaway Steamkin. I think we'll just trade with the Bomat at this point, rather than let them get more. Now, do we do Vran or do we the Lazatep? I think we want the Lazatep. Next turn, Yawgmoth, have more creatures to sacrifice. That goes for the first hero in games. Well, that is going to be easy for us. Tempted to use the Stark Ritual now, but I guess I won't. Let's take out the Steamkin. And attack. They'll take a damage, and as they go to put the counters on the creature they control, whoops. Now you have no creature. Unless you got a pump spell. Rankle Schrankle. Can't cast Halana and Alena. They do get the Ozolith down. Nice with the haste. I think. Oh. An opponent has seen enough of not Vraska. Yawgmoth. I'll make a Vraska video soon, though. Uh-oh. Up against Nicol Bolas. Think hard about whether we need to mold this. I don't think we do. People ask why Ornithopter is played in this deck. You just want enough creatures down before Yawgmoth comes down, usually. Maybe not against Nicol Bolas. Burglar Rat's good, though. Anything to attack the card advantage of the Grixis Mage. We could Inquisition Carrier Thrall, or we could Sanguine Brushstroke. I think we'll just look for counter spells. Go sniffing for the counter spells. So they got a cut down. That doesn't kill Yawgmoth. They got Prismari Command. That doesn't kill Yawgmoth. That could draw them some cards. I like Evoke Despair there, but not much we can do about it. They don't have red. Yeah, alright. We don't have really good targets to cut down, so. Watch him draw the red next turn. Don't know why they kept this hand. That's not a great hand, it looks like, for the old Nicol Bolas. I'm tempted just to play this Ornithopter so that it stops giving me priority. Okay. Couple black pips away from the Invoke Despair. Okay, now they got the red pips, so they will be able to Prismatic Command next turn. Guess we're just on Yawgmoth. Well, it can't be countered. They're going to kill the Carrier Thrall? No, they are not. Being very disciplined with their cut down. So they kind of have to target the Ornithopter here because anything else I can kill my own creature and just put a -1 counter on it. Draw a card. If they even see that line of play. I don't want to kill too many of my creatures because of that Invoke Despair. That's going to be rough enough as it... you can deal 2 damage to Yawgmoth. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. They got a black spell that can give it -2/-2. Yeah. Oops. Sorry. Blood Artist resolves. Ornithopter, you don't need to attack. We got you, buddy. So the Evoke Despair will take out the Brushstroke. They've got the 4 black pips now with that treasure. They go for Blood Artist. We'll sacrifice Blood Artist. Wait, no. Target Ornithopter, yes. Sacrifice Blood Artist. Let's drop the Swamp. Nest of Scarabs is cool. That's kind of like our little infinite loop. Sadly, Blood Artist is dead. But that could have been our game winner. Opponent. Probably just invokes Despair here. Could cast Nicol Bolas. Nope. Just invoking the Despair. We'll leave for Ornithopter. 2 life and they get a card. Rough, but it is what it is. Agadeem's Awakening is interesting. Agadeem for 2. I think we will. Well, we're pretty tapped out. Blood Artist is very good to have around. Went down to 9. Kind of a nail biter. Don't like to see that Hall of the Storm Giants either. Okay, Oracle of the Alpha. My opponents always seem to draw their Time Walk when this happens, when they play that. Even though it's a 100-card deck. 94-card deck. In this case. We're at 85 cards. Why do they still have so many cards in their library? Go to my turn. Let's see if I can resolve the Nest of Scarabs. Is it counterspell? Memory lapse. Mwah, mwah. Alright, so you can draw it again. Can get them pretty close to death. I'm gonna kill the Blood Artist. Keep drawing cards if need be. Sacrifice the Blood Artist? Guess so. And then, oh, actually that was a waste of the Fenlurker. They're 2 with no cards in hand, so they play Bolas. What do they do? They destroy one of our best things, or they exile a card from our hand. Good game. Shmaboink. Uh-oh, it's the mirror match. It's a good chance Fishstick is a better Yawgmoth player than I am. And they're going first. I like to see the Crane Maggot, Carrier Thrall. Hot out the gate with a Cult Conscript. Hello. So what would we like to keep them off? God Pharaoh's Gift? Holy moly. 8 to the Afterlife? Guess we'll keep them off that. The Underbones. That is what they drew. The block skis. So we could be mana efficient Liliana. We could be Yarok's Fenlurker, further attack their hand here. Possibly what we want to do here. They lose the 7-drop. Or we could double creature, or we could Yawg. They opt not to Yawg. They're going for the Gitaxian Puppeteer. Alright, so we're going to kill that before we kill any of these guys, so we'll no block. Xander's Wake is pretty cool. You regret this. Well, now they can just Yawg our stuff to death. Yeah, I should have Yawged first. we double block on that, we don't get a lot. Triple block on that. That get us anything? Not really. They'll kill the carrier thrall no matter what. So I guess we're just we're just trading. Those are their ones they want to sacrifice anyway. We'll take a Morbid Opportunist. That could be pretty good in this matchup. Pretty far behind here. Is there any way... I guess we can make them sacrifice their 4/3. I can't block that, can't block. Liliana might save some of my life total here. They've just got incredible card advantage by getting, first of all, going first, and then second of all, getting their Yawgmoth down first. Kind of see how this goes. We are getting some advantage with the number of creatures in your party. Or do we want a Death Toucher? This has some toughness at least. A little harder for Yawgmoth to deal with. We get a creature. Oh, okay, they're going for us. Shieldred's interesting. They have Spark Harvest in their hand still. There's really nothing we can do gonna help that much. Cast this, get another card from Xander's Wake. Get another card from Morbid Opportunist. Hope to get something, anything that will help here. Thieves Guild Enforcer has more toughness. Make them discard a card.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Gotta get Spark Harvest out of their hand somehow. They know they need to attack our life total too. That also really limits what Yawgmoth can do. Gotta Nykthos. Firstbound Witch sacrifices. They are drawing cards off of it. Thoughtseize. That could work. We have to. Our life total is going to get very low, but we can take out their removal. They have a lot of mana, though. They can probably deal 4 damage to us if they're clever. Oh, wow. And they arrest the Thoughtseize. There goes that plan. It still somehow managed not to kill us that turn. do we get? We get a slaughter specialist. Oh, what? I can't block? Oh, protection from humans. Relevant suddenly. Eating some yogurt versus Rusko. Is it just me, or is every other deck now Rusko? Maybe just up in the hell queue here with Yawgmoth. Looks like a good hand. Need one more mana to cast our Yawgmoth. They duress. They don't have any targets. Too bad, so sad. They experimentally augur. They don't care about the proliferate. They discard. Postage taker. Rough card in Rusko, right? Because it competes at 4 mana spot with the Rusko. They got a natural midnight clock. Good for them. Alright, so this turn they can cast Rusko potentially with a little bit of protection for him. Either counterspell or wash away. Not much I can do about that. We'll just see. Either they got it or they don't got it. Ooh, they didn't got it. Let's Shambo. We could proliferate. Could proliferate their midnight clocks. They have to discard their whole hand, right? Siphon more insight. Maybe they're trying to mill us to death with Siphon Insight, just playing it over and over. Exiled now. What did they get? Oh, they got a Loth. That's annoying.
You could have such power.
We have to spend more removal on our own cards.
I, the generous one.
They're totally tapped out though. They're not like they're not one of these terrible. Ooh, make a lot of mana, right? How much do we get? 8 mana. That's enough for a Yawgmoth. And I mean, we don't care about them exiling a card yet, I don't think. Let's take out the snake. Death Toucher for a Death Toucher. Right, we need to be able to take out Loth, but oh well.
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
I want to proliferate. Add a counter to you. Let's add a counter to you. Sacrifice. Well, why are you counting down on me? Come on. No, actually,
I will help the weak. My power is for annihilation. A setback. Nothing more.
okay. Yeah, I still have microphone. That's good. Let's fix the video now. I'm back. Man, I wish I knew what caused that. They make a splashy Yak.
All your fears are given form.
Arcane Signet. 2 mana. Search for Iskanta. Sure. Well, this is like a... Those 3 probably. You know, I have Cabal Stronghold. Let's do like X equals 5. Knock a card out of their hand. Draw some cards. Scrap heap a stranger. Alright, so I could get them to 2. Or get them to 9 and take out Ashiok. I mean, it's possibly the better strategy to get them to 2. Always worried about Ashiok. That's a good. Okay. No board wipes. No board wipes. No board wipes. 2 cards in hand. Now let's play Rusko. And they can always play Murderous Rider. Right. No covered swamp is not great. Cast a Yawgmoth. It's not countered. Get the Murderous Rider first, because that has Life-a-Link. What do we draw? Faceless Haven. Not super great. Let's sacrifice this zombie. Agadeem's Awakening. Interesting. Remember, target creature cards that have different mana values or less. So we've only got 1 creature in the graveyard. We kind of need to be able to attack with everything. Let's just proliferate. And proliferate. Won't have anything. Back for 9. Oh, what an epic game, and my video is frozen again. What is going on? Hopefully I'll fix it. Stick around. Pitch and yaw. Esika got out of the tree. I think this will work. We're counting on you, little Inquisition. What do you hit? Nothing. Okay. Well, it looks like their whole strategy is to play this as Prismatic Bridge, so fortunately we're not able to deny them any mana. Let's go with damage on the board. And back. Kami of Morning. Oh, can target a creature we control. Yeah. Let's make Jadar very resilient here. Now they could play Esika on the front side. Doubt they're going to. We don't know what those 3 cards are. Questing Beast is going to be an issue. Huh. Ooh. Very tempting to Yawgmoth here. Well, it seems to have some kind of instant speed something. Can we win fast enough? The question. They didn't have blue. Oh, they did have blue. But they might have had a counterspell. They might have been thinking about countering a Rankle. Could have been a Tail's End, but they're saving it for Yawgmoth. Hard to know. Next turn we can Thought Sneeze and see. Opponent. Come on.
I do not have time for this. I do not have time for you.
We got a Salty Rope here.
What is?
What do you mean
What is?
It's nearly
There's the Salty Rope, right? They Leyline Binding. Oh, okay. They're going to hit Jadar, of all things. Interesting choice. Let's make our Nykthos works here. Questing Beast. Yeah. Go with Hand Disruption. Heroic Intervention. Well, we hate to see Joyra. Maybe we should have played Brain Maggot so I could just sacrifice it here. Yeah, let's just do all the above. Shieldred could be interesting. Prismatic Bridge coming down. Hit for 5. And then play Shieldred and hope they don't get anything that can deal with it. And win? Possibly. Here's my rope.
You know what a hurry we're in!
Salty didn't like it much.
I do not suppose you could have split things up.
salty.
Rub, rub, rub.
Do it! Salty, I am only waiting around to kill you.
Take out Rankle Schrankle.
Look, I can't do everything.
Right, let's hope that's their removal. Childred is a pretty good closer here. Also really powers up our Nykthos. Wonder if we should have Phyrexian Obliterator in this deck. Pretty heavy black. Kenny boy. Let's Burgle Rat. Now the question is, do I attack with Yawgmoth? I don't really want to lose Shieldred. I guess I can get Kenrith down to a 3/3. Ooh, at Tail's End, they did have one. Sure why it tapped that way, but okay. They have to block Shieldred. We sacrifice the Burglar Rat. Kenny Boy dies. They go to 4, next turn 2. Now I could potentially play the Shieldred. Maybe I took the wrong card out of their hand. Nope. Didn't matter. Take that, Prismatic Bridge, and stick around for the wrap-up with the win rate. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here you have it. The 5 games you saw were the 5 games that I played. Proof, 80% win rate for Yawgmoth. The only loss was to Yawgmoth. So is Yawgmoth really, really good, playing some of the best Brawl opponents out there? Yes. I think we can conclusively say yes. The games are tricky. There is a lot of strategy involved in like how you sequence things and everything. It's a fun deck in that respect also, and you will definitely be up in the quote-unquote hell queue facing off against Rusko and Esika and some of the rest. So pretty cool, pretty fun. Thanks for joining me here in the attic. If you like this kind of content, leave a comment. I always like to hear if people are enjoying the Brawl. And with that, I'll remind you that Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.